Hey, what's going on, Clipper people? It is me, William the Opinion Updike.
And I am trying to be positive, Chuck Mockler.
You're cracking one.
I'm cracking one, you know?
Pretty positive. Anyways, today we're going to talk the Clippers losing their first of two chances.
Oh, yeah.
In the
We got
play-in
another
game.
one.
Brutal loss there in Minnesota. And then we got a post game, which is a Wednesday poll. Basically, we want to know what you thought about this given subject, which, hey, can't wait to talk about that. And then we're just going to talk some overall vibes. I'm sure kind of this recap is going to spill over into extra segments. So, yeah. Basically, we're talking about this loss in the plan. So, all that and more coming up right about now.
You are Locked On Clippers, your daily Los Angeles Clippers podcast. Part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
Yes, so the Clippers lost 109-104 in Minnesota at the Target Center. We are Locked On Clips. Coming at you 5 days a week, Monday through Friday, 7 a.m., kill some windshield time. There was no Luke Kennard in this one. I think that absence was very much felt.
Yeah.
And there was no Taurean Prince, which we thought would be a big deal, but it ended up not being. I think right off the bat, you got to give credit where it's due.
Yeah.
Wolves won this game. Horribly ref game. The Wolves won. Karl-Anthony Towns actually fouled out, which seemed to help the Wolves, which we'll get into. But, I mean, Ant had 30. Russell got to enjoy drop coverage in the third and ended up with 29 points. Naz Reid was plus 17 in 21 minutes, thanks to a tiny lineup. They got it done. This is going to be probably the shortest section. But Will, what did we like in this game? I personally just have a bad taste in my mouth after this game.
Yeah.
So what did we like in this game?
I mean, look, Paul George scored the ball well despite a slow start. He caught absolute fire in the third. He had 17 points in that quarter alone. He finished with 34, 7, and 5, added 3 steals. And even when he wasn't scoring well to begin the game, he was doing a lot of other stuff right. Outside of that, I mean, like Terrence Mann had some really good sort of had a
two
couple
blocks in the fourth, a nice assist.
Yeah, and a dunk that was pretty solid. You know, other than that, the game for him was a little quiet.
But rotations were goofy.
Yeah,
we'll talk about.
But there were some highlights there.
So I think PG started slow. Right, he started really slow. That was overshadowed by the fact that Karl-Anthony Towns was getting shut down by our defense. At the moment in time, our defense on Karl-Anthony Towns was enjoyable. We were being physical. The refs were really weird in this one for both teams, but they were kind of letting us play cat physically. We were taking charge as well, which we know what he likes or doesn't like to do, but he does it anyway. And for the most part, like Ant had 30, right? But a lot of his points, especially early when he was kind of helping carry keep the momentum with the Wolves going a little bit, were contested jumpers, right? Like, he was hitting some tough shots. So, I mean,
the defense, overall, I mean, it's just like
started solid against Carl. He fouled out.
It's just we clearly ran up against a wall of exhaustion, which we'll talk about and what we didn't like.
Yeah,
I think one other thing to like that we can take away from everyone can turn off your trade machines in for anything involving the Clippers and Karl-Anthony Towns.
Yeah, no, I don't want that.
We can close the book on that one now, right? We're good.
I think so.
We're good here.
I think we're good here. We offensively, Norm Powell needed more than 9 shots.
Yeah.
Defensively, he was not good. It was a little rough sometimes, but offensively,
one key play in the fourth.
One very key play. Only 9 shots from Norm Powell. Feels a little criminal. He was the team best, second best plus minus with +3. He goes 5 of 9. But he needed more shots. I don't think that's crazy at all. And other than that, man, there's not a whole lot to like after what you take a step back from this game where the Clippers were up 10 with, a little over, half the fourth to go. But I don't know if 10 points is a collapse. We did let the lead go away. I just don't know at what point.
I mean, 10 points is not a safe lead in the NBA.
Fair. Not a safe lead. We were up by 10. But we fumbled this one, and this is going into what we didn't like, which is absolutely going to bleed over in the next segment. We helped the Wolves out in so many ways.
Yeah, 17 turnovers is absolutely backbreaking.
Just brutal. And how many of them, we talked about this before we started recording, how many of them were just shot clock violations?
Oh, a fair amount. I mean, yeah.
It was awful. We had brain farts at the end of 2 quarters to allow buzzer-beating threes. I know, look, usually those don't go in, whatever. It's a play-in game. It's a one-off.
Yeah.
2 off, whatever. But this is the game that you theoretically should tighten up and not let those things happen. And we got 2 of them in this game
Yeah.
from guys who shoot like 30% or whatever, which is difficult. It's just backbreaking. Karl Anthony Towns had 0 points for a very long time. We couldn't stretch it to a double-digit lead.
Yeah.
We're up like 6. Karl Anthony Towns like 0 for 7. We're up 6. The defense on Karl Anthony Towns was great. The offense for the Clippers, which we will talk about, very bad. Like we shot 74% on free throws. We did so many things to help the Wolves win this game. Someone tweeted at us, they're like, why does it feel like we're getting blown out right now? And that was when the Clippers were down 5, like right at halftime. And it kind of felt like that.
Yeah.
It was frustrating. Like, we didn't stop fighting, yada, yada, all that good stuff. But man, we did a lot to help the freaking Wolves in this one.
Yeah.
All right, I'm off my soapbox. What did you not like? There's a lot to choose from.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I guess let's just talk about this because we talked about the defense, and I think until it hit like a point of exhaustion, it was it was competent. It was what we've expected. But another thing that we've expected that's been a fault for this team,
sure,
has been the rebounding issues.
Absolutely.
And sure enough, in this one, 49-39 rebounding advantage for the Wolves. Look, in my eyes, that was the difference maker, 100% between these two teams.
Okay.
Like, it looked good for the Clippers in the first half. I mean, kudos to the Wolves for adjusting there. I think Naz Reid definitely helped that out when he was playing in Cat's place. But, like, you look at this, and, like, both teams shot nearly identical percentages from the floor.
Yep.
Both teams took, I believe, the exact same amount of threes. Let me double check that. The exact same amount of threes. And I mean, like, the Clippers hit the better percentage even from 3, but it's impossible. I mean, if not impossible, very, very difficult to overcome a 10 rebound deficit in a close game.
Yeah. And you know who had 11 boards?
Patrick Beverley.
Yeah. 11 damn boards.
And offensive rebounding advantage for the Timberwolves, 12-7. It's like less severe, but 5 of those boards being offensive rebounds aren't great. But look, I don't know what to say because we expect this, I guess, from this team.
Yeah.
So I do feel like maybe there could have been adjustments made in maybe not going small as much.
It's not that we went small. We were tiny.
Yeah.
Like, it was Marcus Morris at the 5. I think it was Reggie. What was it like? I'm going to look it up, but it was a tiny lineup, and Naz Reid just feasted. Like, who is a Clipper killer already?
Yeah.
Right? Like, so the tiny lineup was Reggie, Mann, Norm, PG, and Morris. Too small. Morris doesn't grab rebounds. It's too small.
Yeah. And Morris just defensively, he hasn't really been.
He's creaky.
He hasn't really been the guy who, like, gives you a lot of confidence in that.
He was guarding Anthony Edwards, and it was a nightmare.
Yeah,
like, the whole time.
Yeah, it doesn't really give you a lot of confidence in that small ball 5 lineup. And, like, it's not just on him. Part of what made the small ball, like, 5 lineup so effective before was you had Kawhi Leonard in that lineup.
Yeah.
So,
Right.
it's very different. But yeah, I just thought that some of that, like, yeah, I don't know, just those rotations were at times a little perplexing, which I wasn't expecting as much from this game.
Since we're talking rotations, before we get to this ad break and talk more about what we didn't like, why did Robert Covington play less than 20 minutes? Why?
No,
is he tired or something? Like, it. Oh, he didn't play at all. How much did he play in the fourth?
He played less than 3 minutes, and like that fourth quarter, I mean, I don't see any advantage to not like going with a more defensive unit. Like in the fourth quarter, I believe Paul George had 3 made field goals. No other Clipper had more than 1. So if that's the offense that you're rolling out there, you gotta you have to have stoppers. You have to have stoppers. And I don't can't blame Covington like this. Like I said, he played less than 3 minutes in the fourth quarter. So don't really know what to do with that.
Perplexing. Coming up, we're going to keep talking about what we didn't like. But first, we got to give a shout out to Will's new favorite sunglass company, Shady Rays.
Hey, it's Shady Rays. They're an independent sunglasses company that gives you the features of $200 sunglasses for a fraction of the price. That means polarized lenses, well-constructed durable frames, some of them in Realtree camo, and premium high-end finishes, also including Realtree camo. Also, something you won't find anywhere else is Shady Rays' insane protection program. Shady Rays includes lost and broken protection on every pair. They will send you a brand new pair if you lose them, no matter what happened.
Damn.
Give them a try, and if you don't love them, you'll pay nothing.
What?
It's as simple as that.
You're crazy,
Plus,
Shady Rays.
10 meals are donated to fight hunger in America when you shop with Shady Rays.
Hell yeah.
Exclusively for our listeners, head to shadyrays.com and use the code LOCKEDON to get 50% off 2 or more pairs of polarized sunglasses. That's code LOCKEDON for their best deal of the season, 50% off 2 or more pairs of Shady Rays sunglasses, backed by over 150,000 verified 5-star reviews.
All right, we did put our sunglasses on because the future is bright, I guess. I don't know. That song's about nuclear war, I think, which is kind of how it feels right now. Let's talk more of what we didn't like. No one was efficient from 2.
Yeah.
Absolutely nobody in this game. The Clippers shot 45% from 3. Hey, love it. With no Luke Kennard, that's very surprising. Way to go, boys, from outside. But they shot 41.8% from 2. We highlighted this and a bit of our concerns earlier this week. Paul George goes 4 of 12 from 2.
Yeah.
Reggie Jackson, who we haven't talked about yet, but was a Clipper killer in this one. The roller coaster was down. Goes 4 of 12 from 2 as well. Reggie Jackson scored 17 points on 18 shots. No Clippers scored more than 20 except for Paul George. We already talked about that. After the Clippers, this is from Law Murray. Shout out Law Murray. After the Clippers were up by 10 with 8:54 left, Reggie missed each of his last 5 shots and had 3 of the 5 Clippers turnovers in that frame. And I'm going to be honest, part of this is Reggie Jackson being the player that we absolutely all know who that he is. And part of it is him being exhausted, which is not his fault. I'm not saying it in something like that. We know what he's given us all year. The man is tired.
Yeah.
And rightfully so. Batum looks tired. Just, we didn't need this kind of night from Reggie.
We haven't brought up the buzzword in a while that we normally bring up on this show, which is just cumulative knocks.
Oh, wow.
Cumulative knocks.
I feel like I just got into a time machine.
That you take throughout the season. And like, I do think that there was a certain amount of maybe writing some of those things off. And like maybe even internally, 42 minutes for Reggie in this game was just clearly too much.
Mm-hmm.
We talked about how he looked in the first quarter. And it was, just apparent that he is laboring at like a different level.
41 minutes.
Almost
he
42.
Didn't need them.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was close to 42. He didn't need them. I don't know. The ball movement just got sticky. Like, so, and this is, I think we maybe touched this in the first segment. Karl Anthony Towns fouling out was a product of the Clippers' offensive strategy, which was go straight at Cat when he's on defense. And it worked. Did it somehow work too well with this trash-ass reffing crew? Like, if Karl Anthony Towns doesn't foul out, do the Clippers somehow have more of an idea what to do offensively?
Yeah, because they weren't like really subbing Cat out except for foul stuff.
Yeah, like, it's kind of mind-blowing that that's what happened in this game.
Yeah. I do think that there's maybe something to like the game plan that they had kind of like maybe worked a little too well in that regard. But I mean, Ty Lue also admitted to they didn't do enough to get the ball out of Russell's hands at times.
Yes. I mean, drop coverage against D'Angelo Russell, it's like the dumbest thing in the world.
Well, that's what I said. Like, we talked about that in the game preview, right? Like, you need to like keep him on the perimeter, have him shooting threes, keep him out of, keep him away from paint touches. So I don't know. It's difficult. Yeah, it's just brutal.
It's frustrating as hell.
It's all brutal. What else didn't we like from this one?
I mean, I think that's about it. I don't know. Patrick Beverley talked a bunch of shit post game, which if you're mad at that, I don't know what you expected Patrick Beverley to do.
Happy for him, man.
Yeah, happy for Pat Bev, I guess. I'm mad that it had to be against us, but whatever. Yeah, I just like I just have a bad taste in my mouth after that one.
Yeah. Also, how damn good is Anthony Edwards?
He's great. Look, he's good. Okay, we know that he's good at basketball.
So good.
Either way, I don't know. We talked about the rotations. We talked about the ball movement, like the turnover. It just, I don't know. It was kind of a masterclass in things that go wrong for the Clippers.
Yeah.
Is what it felt like, right?
Yeah, I mean,
like
it's like
the shot distribution's off. Like Reggie doesn't need 18 shots. The only people in double-digit shots were Morris barely with 11, Paul George with 24, and Reggie with 18.
Yeah.
Like Paul George taking 24 shots, fine. Do
Yeah.
that. I love
Take that 10 out of
That's
10
great.
times.
Morris taking 11, that somehow feels low.
Yeah.
Ish. He was only 1 of 4 from 3.
I mean,
Reggie
it was-
taking 18, like Norm needs those shots, man.
Yeah, it's just really difficult too, because like if Morris isn't getting shots up there, but he's playing like as many minutes as he is,
It's bad.
It's a little bit questionable as to like the utility of what you're getting out there.
100%. And like, I don't know what we were supposed to do. Like, I don't know if I saw someone tweet right after the final buzzer, and we haven't talked about him yet. Someone tweeted, "I'm so effing done with Zubats, man. What is he catching strays for?" Like, Zoo played 31 minutes. He was +1. He had 7 and 9. He added 2 blocks. Like, I'm not saying he was elite or something like that, or even really close to it, but to blame him for the loss is insane.
I mean,
it did make me laugh, I guess, because I was like, if your takeaway from this game is that it was Zoo's fault, go for it.
yeah, I mean, I thought things in this game just looked a lot worse a lot of the time when we were going smaller.
Because it was a bad small ball lineup.
Yeah.
Like, we need to, like, if and when we go small on Friday, I just hope it's not 4 wings around Marcus Morris, because that shit does not work. Do we want to talk about Amir Coffey had a Sundaria stint, which was pretty rough. He got 6 seconds of playing time. He was -3. Isaiah Hartenstein, 7 minutes. Mad, indifferent, happy.
Exactly what I thought was going to happen.
Yeah. I mean,
it's exactly what I thought was going to happen.
But should he have played more?
No.
What if he was in for point for Reggie, so Reggie didn't have to play 41 minutes?
Okay, maybe.
All right, so all right, we're talking. We did a What You Say Wednesday poll right after the game. I did misspell something in here. I said, how are you feeling after this loss? It was supposed to be after, of course.
What an idiot.
I'm such an idiot.
Get this guy off the podcast.
The options were, we'll be fine on Friday, and I am very upset. Which would you have voted for? And you can't be one of the reply geniuses who said, I'm a little bit of both. Congrats on your duality.
I would say very upset, and I don't know that I'll be fine by Friday.
I am so upset. And I'm absolutely living in the moment right now, but I am upset at how that game went.
Yeah, I am upset. I am upset that it was just like, it just really was a winnable game. And I knew that it would be a difficult game.
Sure. Anyone who thought this game was going to be like, there are people throwing out some crazy things like Clippers by 10, all this other stuff. Like, it's a one game thing.
Yeah.
Things are wonky in one game thing.
And I mean, the Timberwolves are just, they won 8 of their last 11 home games, like,
it's a good ass team.
Yeah. I mean, it's a solid team. They were 4 games better than us in the regular season for a reason. And yeah, I don't know. It's just difficult because it felt like, especially with some of the minute load that we put on, I mean, especially Reggie, but I mean, even Paul George had to play 41, which is, I guess his ramp up is ramped all the way up. But
no, PG playing 41, I'm totally fine.
I don't know. It just felt like it was right there. And then
it was there. It was there when Karl-Anthony Towns was 0 for 6. It was there when we were up by 10 in the 4th, and
it was just there until it wasn't.
Pissed it away.
Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't just say that, because you do have to give credit to the Wolves. Like, the Wolves,
absolutely,
they played great.
Sure. Yeah. We're gonna go into a break real quick, but Clipper Mitch has a take that I like. He said, I knew we were doomed when I saw the team roll out with those ugly black statement jerseys. We're gonna be talking more people's reactions on Twitter coming up after this. But first, we got to give a shout out to Athletic Greens, which, if you've listened to this podcast enough, you know that I eat very unhealthy. Most of my diet is burritos. I eat a very carb-heavy bagel every day of the week.
Mm-hmm.
Pizza, sushi when I want to be healthy. And then, of course, my chili dogs at the Chick Hearn. I don't have time to eat healthy, but Athletic Greens helps me eat healthy. They have this thing called AG1. It's a little powder you put in some water. It's basically a green juice. It is fantastic. With 1 scoop of Athletic Greens, you're absorbing 75 high-quality vitamins, minerals, whole food source superfoods, probiotics, and adaptogens to help you start your day right. This special blend of ingredients supports your gut health, your nervous system, your immune system, your energy, recovery, focus, and aging. All the things. I, however, do not age, thankfully. It costs you less than $3 a day. You're investing in your health, and it's cheaper than your cold brew habit. I don't drink caffeine. I already have two pretty big vices that handle my hyperactivity.
It looks like you're sipping a cold brew right now, though.
Oh, I'm not, though. It's not cold brew. It is cold. It might be a brew, but it's not a cold brew. Right now, it's time to reclaim your health and arm your immune system with convenient daily nutrition, especially heading into the flu and cold season. It's just one scoop in a cup of water every day. It's AG1. It's fantastic. To make it easy, Athletic Greens is giving you a free 1-year supply of immune-supporting vitamin D and 5 free travel packs with your first purchase. All you have to do is visit athleticgreens.com/NBA Network. Again, that is athleticgreens.com/NBA Network to take ownership over your health and pick up the ultimate daily nutritional insurance. And after you got this AG1, if you're feeling a little peckish later in the day, what could you eat?
You should check out Built Bar. Look, you know, if you listen to this podcast, Built Bar is best tasting protein bar on the market.
Sure.
But what you might not know is they have so many delicious flavors. There's truly something for everyone. It's cool. When you talk to a Built Bar fan, they're definitely passionate about their favorites. If you don't know the Built Bar flavors, you're missing out. They got coconut, cherry barcia, raspberry, mint, brownie, double chocolate, salted caramel, strawberry, orange cookies, and cream and German chocolate. Ooh, yummy. You want to know what my favorite flavor is?
What is it?
All of them.
Whoa!
Which is why I get the mix box where you can get two
You're
of
crazy,
each of the 9
man.
flavors. Not only are Built Bar flavors the best tasting, but they're also healthy. Check out these macros. Each bar has 17 to 18 grams of protein, calories ranging from 130 to 180, only 4 to 5 grams sugar, and only 4 to 5 grams net carbs. Amazing flavors, all tasty, all healthy. And check out the Puffs, the first ever protein-infused marshmallow. They're fluffy, they're marshmallowy, and they're covered in 100% real chocolate. Not just a protein bar, a protein treat that comes in churro, coconut, and banana cream pie.
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
So go to builtbar.com and go to built.com and use promo code LOCKED15 and you'll get 15% off your order. Use promo code LOCKED15 for 15% off at built.com.
All right, we're talking more reactions to the not very divisive poll we ran over on @LockedOnClips. Big Ben, shout out to Step Back Tree. Haven't heard from him in a while. He said, I haven't let a single loss hurt me this season. I don't know if I believe that. He said, it is what it is, LOL. When your season is over, I'm content with either outcome. I wish I could be elevated to the plane of Zen that Ben is, and Joseph Rye Ward. They're on similar, this is a house money year. Like where are you at with that? Because in the moment, I'm still pretty upset. I still want the team to win, but I think I understand our ceiling for sure. I just didn't think the floor would be kind of this frustrating, which might be foolish on my part, I will say.
I mean, look, man, the thing is it was going to be a very uphill battle and likely a first round out in either circumstance. Not to be too doom and gloom. But the thing is I just for how much the guys did this season, how hard they worked, for everything they overcame.
Sure.
It just would have been nice to have, locked up that 7 seed. But hey, they get one more crack at it, and we'll see, like maybe the monumental achievement that was, this franchise's 11th straight winning season that came on the backs of guys who played way more minutes and overachieved more than they probably should have.
I mean,
Like maybe you get bit on the tail end of that because a lot of people were expected to do a lot for a lot longer than they have at previous times in their careers. So I think in that sense, I'm like, I would love to see them make the playoffs because they deserve it. All right. They were good enough.
Sure.
If it wasn't for this damn play-in, it would have been there already.
Oh, right, nice. You're hate the play-in guy now?
But that's not what the circumstance is. And so they get another crack at it, and we'll see. And, either they'll have made it and, that'll be great. But if they didn't, it's understandable. I think if PG and Norm wouldn't have both come back, I think it would take away the sting a lot for a lot of fans.
Of course, we have hope now. There's a little bit of that glimmer.
Yeah.
Right? I'm going to do my best to chill out. I'm gonna try and be like Brian. Brian at Brian Soccer Mom said, out of any team to lose to, I don't mind it being Pat Bev and the Wolves. I've watched my team enough to know that they make adjustments and always come back better. Can't wait to be in the arena on Friday supporting my boys. Hey, good for you, buddy.
Love it.
Awesome. Way to go. Some salty replies right now over at Locked On Clips. If you want to get in on that, feel free. Not going to read them. Too busy. Too busy, buddy. I don't know. I guess we should close out on kind of a fun thing.
Yeah.
Right? We try and have fun here on Locked On Clips.
We have fun.
Sometimes. Most of the time. New Kawhi 2 colorway. They're just cranking these things out. The Kawhi 2 now comes in the Goosebumps colorway.
Ooh, love it.
Some green slime accents, some dead trees on the back of the heel, reminiscent of the famous R.L. Stine book series, and I believe the Steven Spielberg directed TV series. Am I wrong on that?
The GOAT directed Goosebumps?
I'm 99% sure the GOAT directed Goosebumps. Look it up. I'm not going to buy these shoes. I can't wear shoes with an insane colorway. I can't wear most of the Kawhi Leonard shoe colorways. What are some of your favorite Goosebumps books? What was the scary? And I'll take some show episodes too, because those were scary.
I'm trying to think. There's like a trick or treat one, I'm pretty sure.
I mean, yeah, that's fair.
With the mask.
Here's my
The
top.
haunted mask.
Okay, see that's different.
The haunted mask.
Here's my top 3. Stay Out of the Basement. Scary. Night of the Living Dummy. The show, the episodes, and the books. Terrifying.
The dummy one is, yeah.
And Say Cheese and Die. The one where like the kid's taking pictures. Like he takes a picture of his dad with the new car, and then he looks at the picture and the car is messed up and his dad gets in a horrific accident. That made me never want to be in a picture again.
Yeah, totally.
So, shout out to Kawhi for tapping into this terrifying book series.
Also, shout out R.L. Stine,
Is he still alive?
I think he passed away recently, but no, still alive, still kicking.
Still going. So, hey, way to go, RL. You know what RL stands for? Real. It's just a capital R and a capital L. Is there anything else you want to talk about? Is there anything we can be positive on? All we can do is hold our heads high until Friday, really.
Yeah, and honestly, yeah, house money.
House money, right? We move.
We've
all been to a casino. You get down with your real money, they give you some house money. It's not so bad. That's where we're at. We got house money. Thirsty Thursday might change into Twitter Thursday because I know there's some people who have questions out there. They're firing them at us.
Oh, yeah.
Right now. One more time, shout out to R.L. Stine for being alive. We're going to have some initial thoughts on the Clippers' next game versus Spurs with the Pels. Who knows? And of course, whatever else happens between now and then in Clipperland. If you want to review us, where can people review?
So you can review us.
Where can all the Stein heads give us a review for knowing that R.L. Stine is still alive?
You can leave us a rating or review over on Apple Podcasts or the podcast app on your mobile device. We're also on Spotify where you can review us. Hey, I'd love to get those numbers up for all my Stein heads. You can listen to us on either one of those platforms. You can also listen to us on Google Podcasts. We're on Amazon Music. We're on Stitcher. We're on Deezer. Basically, anywhere you listen to podcasts, you can listen to this show.
Mm-hmm.
We mentioned up top, but we do convention Monday through Friday, 7 a.m. Pacific.
Yep.
We'd love to have you listen.
We absolutely would. It's crunch time for the clips. So if you're listening now, hey, keep on listening. We got some good stuff for you. I have been positive, Chuck Mockler.
And I am William the Opinion Updike. And as always, we appreciate you.